Well, hey, Facebook friends. Today is day 3 of our of the series that I'm doing on an amazing book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I would highly suggest if you're going to read something this summer, pick this up and give it a read. It is a great read, simple. I've shared that before. If you're just joining us and you haven't been here for the last two Facebook Lives, go back, check them out. But today we're going to be talking about something. If you're just joining us, the compound effect, I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown. If you've joined us before, you've listened to the recordings, hey, if you could just comment below. If you find any value of this video at the end, if you could share it, that would be great. Sharing is caring, and I'd really appreciate that. Or if you have anything in your life that I could help you with, or you have questions with this compound effect, just jot a note below and I'll get back to you and we can have a little conversation. So that would be great. So yesterday we left off, and hopefully I gave you an action plan of, if you were with us yesterday, of just writing down something in your life, a goal that you really want to accomplish, and then start writing small steps and working on them every day, and really taking time to journal and look at that and review those small steps that you need to be taking, and taking a daily look into that journal of where you're headed and what you've already accomplished. It's those small steps in life that can end up to big, wonderful results. So no matter what it is in your life, some kind of goal, vision, dream you have, it's doable. But you know what? It does take time. And so yesterday when we left off, I said there was one thing that every triumph or defeat starts with. And I kind of left you hanging. If you know what that is, comment below. Well, I'm going to let you know, and that's choices. Yeah, pretty simple. Choices. The choices that we make affect everything in our life. They either have a good effect or sometimes they have a negative effect. But what I would suggest, and what Darren Hardy also talks about in his book, that a lot of us are just sleepwalking through our life. Yeah, we're just sleepwalking. And we're making choices and we're not even really thinking about them. Here's a good example. Have you ever just sat down? Maybe you had some really big things to do for work or for home, but you sat down with a bag of potato chips or your favorite snack, turned on the television, and then 2 hours later, the bag was gone of chips, and 2 hours of your life was instantly gone as well. And there, that big presentation or big project for work was still not done, or that project at home. That was an unintentional choice. We didn't really set out to say, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to eat this whole bag of chips, and I'm going to waste the next 2 hours. So what a lot of us are doing is we're just sleepwalking through life. We're making those very unintentional choices that so many times can have a negative effect on our life. So what I really want to do today is challenge you to wake up, start really thinking about those choices that you're making. And taking responsibility is another huge thing. Just taking personal responsibility for what we do in life. Now, if I sat down and asked you, or asked even myself, did a self-reflection, am I taking 100% responsibility? I for sure would say, oh, for sure. But so many times we don't. We use a ton of excuses. And I know I don't take those. I don't take 100% responsibility, and I don't know about you, but I'm just being honest. And another thing is a lot of times we blame other people. Let's just say a marriage example. Darren Hardy gives an amazing example in this compound effect. He set out one Thanksgiving, and I love this idea. I absolutely love it. He set out to write one thing a day that he was grateful for his wife. It might have even been the smallest thing. And so it took 5 minutes a day, and by the end of the year he had 365 things that he could share with his wife. And she said, of course, it was the most absolutely amazing gift he could ever have given her. But what he found, that even more so than the great gift it was for her, it transformed him. And you've probably heard stories like this before. And so what he did is he shared with his a friend who was having a really hard time in his marriage. And he kept saying, my wife this, my wife that. And he kind of just blamed his wife. He wasn't taking responsibility himself. And so what he did, he shared this story with him and suggested that maybe he do the same thing. Well, after 2 months of doing this, the man had totally transformed his thought. It was a really powerful mindset activity. And he looked at his wife in a whole different way. She didn't change. It was he internally that was changing by intentionally looking for the positive. He was making a choice to look for the good. And so I would suggest to you, and I would challenge you to really start taking responsibility. Start waking up, empowering yourself. Don't sleepwalk through life. Start really looking at the choices that you're making. Now, there might be something in your life right now that you're struggling with. Maybe a person, a circumstance, some area in your life that you're just really struggling with. So, once again, I'm going to give you an action. I would love for you, and I'm actually going to do this myself as well, because I have a couple things, areas in my life that I really need refinement and improvement on. Just take a notebook or something and start journaling daily. Just little things, small things that you're grateful for, maybe that person or for that circumstance. Maybe you're really in a bad circumstance, but I want you to look at the positive things each and every day with that circumstance or that person. And I want you to write it down in your journal. And then I want you to start reflecting on that. Make a choice to look for the positive and just see how that affects you. It's very powerful. And yeah, you could say, oh, Julie, that just sounds so silly. I don't want to do that. I don't know. Give it a try. Give it a try. You know, I'm sure you've heard many people tell you that before. You know, that gratitude. Wake up with a heart of gratitude. But you know, there's something about writing things down. And if you look at the compound effect, small little steps. And if you're writing down something every single day about that person or that circumstance, wow, it would be amazing to see in 30 days how things would change. And I'd love to hear from you, share. So if things do share, message me or comment below. I'd love to see how things might change for you. So this is the end of today. You have an action plan. Stop sleepwalking through life. Pull out a journal, a notebook, and start every day writing one small thing that you're grateful for, maybe in an area that you're struggling with, or a person, something, and just see what that how impact that has on your life. And so tomorrow, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about, is there really such thing as luck? I don't know. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow and how that coincides with the compound effect. Remember, small, intentional steps lead to big results. Have a great day. Come back tomorrow and join me. And if you found any value, could you write a little note below and then share this video as well? Great. Have a great day.